Today we're going to be going through Amazon Lending, about how Amazon Lending can fuel your business from start to scale. By way of introduction, my name is Connor Nelson. I'm the head of North America for Amazon Lending.
And I'm Ryan Shimizu, head of customer experience and pricing for Amazon Lending. Today we'll be going over what the Amazon Lending program is and how to get funding in a flash. We'll also be taking a short quiz to go over some seller styles. Then we'll go over some smart borrowing tips if you're interested in any of our loan products. And then lastly, we'll discuss your next move if you're interested in applying for any of our loans.
Across our marketplace, sellers tell us all the time about opportunities that they're looking to capture, whether that's Black Friday, Prime Day, or trying to get our next viral product going. These moments transform your business into growth opportunities. But in reality, we know speed wins in e-commerce. That allows you to take your business from good to great. Access to quick capital to make sure that you have enough inventory for the deals, fund your best trends, or restock for Q4. You guys need funding at the speed of the opportunity. Because in today's market, we know that growth needs to be captured today, not tomorrow.
And over the past 3 years, we've listened to sellers like you, right? And our program has evolved, which is why we're proud to share with you the enhanced Amazon Lending Marketplace. So we provide financing solutions to small and medium businesses who sell on Amazon, such as yourselves here. And the way that I like to see it and put it is our goal is to make it faster and easier for you to invest in your growth. For speed, what we've done here is we've worked with our third-party financing partners, and we've reduced the amount of time it takes to receive funding. Also, we reduced the amount of steps in the overall application process and reducing a bunch of overall friction. For reliability, we offer transparency in both terms and also pricing with no hidden fees. So you get clear upfront pricing, and what you see is what you get. And last, for flexibility, you can use these loan products for a variety of options, whether it's managing your seasonal inventory or expanding to new product lines or solving for unexpected demand. And in the past, we accomplished this through working with our own financing and offered very limited financing options. But now we've expanded this and connect you to a network of our trusted financial partners who can serve diverse needs at all stages of your business.
As Ryan mentioned, we're continuing to expand our partnerships with third-party financing providers. Today, as you heard on the main stage, we've expanded our offering to include QuickBooks Capital. They will be allowing sellers to integrate their experience already with QuickBooks into our marketplace to provide term loans up to $200,000. Next, we partner with Lendistry, a mission-driven CDFI who provides term loans up to $250,000. Additionally, we work with Parafin, an embedded financing provider who can provide merchant cash advances up to $10 million. And lastly, Uncapped, a global fintech provider that allows specifically for Amazon sellers a unique, seamless experience for term loans and lines of credit up to $5 million. These partners have been selected through a rigorous process to ensure the highest level of standards to provide you for your financing needs.
And next, I'd like to discuss a critical challenge that a lot of small businesses face, right? That's access to capital. So you may be operating, and it's a very competitive environment within e-commerce, right? So you have tight margins, but still have big investment decisions that you need to make, right? Such as upgrading your equipment, expanding your operations, or even hiring key personnel. So these decisions require substantial amounts of capital and funding, but that's often tied up in running your day-to-day operations. Next, there's a timing aspect of this year too. I was talking to a seller yesterday, and they had mentioned that they went through a traditional financing route, but it ended up taking them 45 to 60 days, and what they were hoping to do was avoid stockouts. But because the whole process took them that long, they were not able to get funding, right? So being able to work with a provider that's very quick and fast is a key benefit to this program. Third, there's a lack of visibility, right? There's a lack of visibility into what your actual capital needs are. There's volatility in your business and planning out your cash flows, right? 3 months, 6 months, 12 months plus out. So being able to kind of plan for that is also very tricky for a lot of sellers here. So combined, all three of these things really create a perfect storm that make it hard to actually scale your business.
So you might be thinking to yourself, why do I need to think about financing now? We've seen that 59% of small businesses plan to seek funding this year, and 1 in 3 of them struggling to still get access. As e-commerce evolves, sellers who can leverage financing strategies for more than just short-term cash needs, but strategically position themselves for future growth, can take their business to the next level. So whether that's planning your inventory, as Ryan mentioned, thinking about new product launches, advertising, or upgrading your operation, the right strategy can take your business to the next level.
Now, let's take the team from Weatherman Umbrellas. They said the application process on Seller Central was short. We understood what we were going to get, and then within 72 hours, we received the funds. So let's hear more about their direct experience.
Umbrellas inherently, I think, that's kind of a category that people have forgotten about, and there's so many poorly made umbrellas. We're a brand that, you know, this is as good as you can get. I'm Rick Reichmuth. I'm the founder and CEO of Weatherman, located in Brooklyn, New York. So I'm a weatherman. Since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a weatherman. You know, I would stay up every night until the weather was on. At the end of a storm, you'll see a trash bin filled with umbrellas or umbrellas all over the street, like an umbrella graveyard. I was trying to find a good umbrella one day, and then I thought, why don't we know what the good brand is? Well, I'm a weatherman, but I could tell people what the good umbrella is, and that was the initiation of all I get. So we launched as an e-com brand in 2017, and for 2 years we're only on our e-com channel. And then after enough time, you realize I need to find new distribution channels or new revenue streams, and Amazon is the obvious one. At some point, when you need inventory, to find a lender that will lend to you who's not really expensive is hard. It's probably one of the biggest challenges for a small business like ours.
My name is Eugene Shen, and I'm the head of operations. We actually just happened to be looking through the dashboard console on Seller Central, and there was a new tab there to talk about growth and financing options. With Paraffin and Amazon Lending, you know, they have all the seller data we through Seller Central. So the application was short, we understood what we were going to get, and then within 74 hours we had funds.
Our goal as a brand is to help you stay dry. And to be able to go outside confidently that your gear is going to work is really the ultimate task for us, and making products that live up to that. None of this expansion comes easily or cheaply. To be able to have somebody like Paraffin and Amazon Lending that works with you for that goal, for us, is really crucial.
Regardless of your size, we have options to serve your business needs. In 2024, Amazon Lending has funded over 5,000 businesses, with sellers receiving funding between $500 and $2.5 million. So our large network of partners know what sellers need. They serve a full spectrum of products to make sure that we match the right solution with you at the right time.
So we don't just want to tell you how to get funding in a flash, but we'd like to show you. So I'll be walking you through a quick live demo of how to access the lending applications within Seller Central and how to get funding in as little as 24 hours. All right, so this is your home page right when you log into Seller Central on desktop. So you'll see some key information up top in a global snapshot, such as your sales, open orders, featured offers, and then seller feedback. And then just below that, you will see a recommendations section here. And within the recommendations section, this is one of the easiest ways to access the Amazon Lending card. So you see here, we have a potential offer for $228,000. We're going to click on Review Details. And then once we do that, we will be directed over to the Amazon Lending page. Here, you'll see some key information up at the top about the overall program And then down below, you'll see some various financing options that you might be eligible for. And below that, we'll also see some merchant cash advance options too. So let's say in this example here, we're interested in Paraffin's offer. And it's showing an offer of $29,000, right, for a merchant cash advance, also showing some key information on the fees, and also some bullet points over to the right on the overall program. So let's click Start Application. Once we do that, we'll be directed to this mandatory data consent page. Click I agree here. Then on the next page, this is on Paraffin's site, you can just then toggle the offer amount that you'd like, change things on the payment terms, and then that's the whole process. There's also other ways to access Amazon Lending by going to the Growth tab and also going and hitting Lending as well, and you'll reach the Amazon Lending page. So really, that's the full Amazon Lending experience inside Desktop on Seller Central. It's super fast and easy, as I just showed you, so make sure to check out if you have any offers there as well.
We know that you're busy running your business. So as Ryan mentioned, there's opportunities on your Seller Central desktop page. We've also made it easier than ever with mobile options now. From your mobile app on Seller Central, you can navigate from the main menu page to the Growth tab. There, you can see the financing invitations available to your business and be able to explore those options for additional ways to access funding for your business. Offers are generated all the time, so make sure you're coming back frequently.
And the next, what does this mean for you, right? Speed makes a big difference in your business, whether you're catching up on inventory or that seller I was talking to yesterday, and just trying to jumpstart new business growth. So with our program, within minutes, you'll be able to apply and get a decision. And also within 24 hours of accepting the loan, you can receive the funds. And about the real flexibility part here, what I'm talking about is that there's not one size fits all as far as your needs, as far as the different needs of your business. So we have varied loan amounts and repayment terms that can then move with your business. We want to make sure that the capital that you get here is working for you and not the other way around.
Okay, Ryan, let's take a quick quiz to figure out what your seller style is.
All right, so as you reflect on what your seller style might be, here are some things that might be going through your mind, right? I'm a cautious but super scrappy bootstrapper, or I move fast anytime I see growth and demand, right? Or third, you might be a planner, right? So you're like, I'm gonna plan everything out, I'm gonna look at all my cash flows, balance sheet, income statement, forecast, and then I'm gonna act. So just keep that in mind as we go over the next slide here. So to find your seller style, we're going to take a quick quiz with 4 questions. And then with these questions, just try to tally your answers if you're like mostly A, B, C, or D. So for question 1, how do you approach big business decisions? A, do you wait until you really need to make a move? B, do you analyze the numbers and then act? C, do you move fast if demand is heating up? Or D, if it looks like growth, you go for it.
All right, question number 2. What's the biggest challenge during the holiday season? Is it A, juggling everything with limited resources? B, planning inventory and cash flows precisely? C, getting enough stock in time? Or D, missing a big opportunity I didn't plan for?
So for question 3, what's your ideal type of support, right? For A, do you want tools that are stretching every dollar for you? B, are you looking for a breakdown of all your options? C, are you looking for fast, easy help from a person or from an agent when the timing is tight? Or D, are you looking for just flexible, fast solutions?
All right, and lastly, what motivates you in your selling journey? Is it A, staying independent and lean? Is it B, building a sustainable, scalable model? C, meeting demand when it strikes? Or D, capturing big growth moments before they pass?
All right, so let's tally your answers up and see what they mean. So just think if you're mostly A, B, C, or D.
All right, so if you got mostly A, you're the scrappy bootstrapper. That means you're resourceful and independent. You stretch your business with limited resources, and you're a little cautious about borrowing.
And if you're mostly B, you're probably the calculated expander. So what we mean by this is you're a planner, right? You love analyzing numbers, looking at your income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, and all your forecasts for demand, and you're planning for the long term. So a financing solution that probably works best for you here is something with very clear terms and also predictable payments.
If you got mostly C, you're the peak season hustler. You thrive when demand is hot, you grab inventory and ride the wave. Speed is everything, so you can meet peak season head on.
And if you're mostly D, you're probably the opportunity seizer. So what you're looking for here is you go big when you see growth potential. You want something very flexible and fast with fast approvals in order to capture that upside.
The beauty of our enhanced marketplace is you have the option to choose the financing product that works best for you and your business.
Now, I'd like to pass it over to Connor, who will go over some smart borrowing tips for us.
So the first half of this presentation, we've been going over kind of what the Amazon lending program is, your seller style. So now it's time for us to kind of think about what are the products that we're offering, how do you use them in the business, and then some other factors that come into your borrowing consideration. So the first one that we're going to talk about is business lines of credit. So these products allow you to draw funds up to your approved amount. You'll only pay interest on what you borrow, and then as you repay your principal amounts, your balance refreshes. So these are perfect for quick inventory restocks or managing seasonal cash flow gaps. So this gives your business kind of the flexibility to borrow when needed. So if you really think about, oh, I'm a peak season hustler, this is something that helps you kind of scale and fund those different changes in your cash flow needs throughout the year. The next product that we'll talk about is a term loan. So this kind of goes back again to that calculated expander. So these are perfect if you're planning for predictable monthly payments with a set repayment schedule. So how this product works is you'll get your loan dispersed all at once, and then you'll have predictable monthly payments to allow for kind of good forecasting. I think it's really important as we think about your seller, where you are within your journey, to understand what we use each product for. So I think today we heard on the main stage talking about the regional FBA expansion. Term loan could be a great option where you're kind of thinking, I need a little bit of capital, I'm not sure, I want to plan. That's a great option. Business lines of credit, we know, we talk to sellers all the time and say, oh, I'm getting ready for Q4, the beginning part of the year, I don't need it as much. Business lines of credit are great for that option because they provide the flexibility. They also only pay on the interest that you borrow. So those are kind of the difference in those products. And then lastly, we'll talk about merchant cash advances. So that's the third product offering that we have within our Amazon lending platform. So these are flexible. The payments are based on your sales, and then traditionally we get a little bit faster approval than our loans. So how a merchant cash advance works is you will be issued a loan. I think we saw in the example today, Paraffin would give you $29,000. That total amount will be dispersed to your business. You can use it as needed. And then your repayment terms will be as a percentage of your sales. So if you're launching a new product that you're unsure about, let's say you are going to repay 10% of your sales. If you blow it out in that first month, that's great. The repayment will be a little bit higher. But if you're not quite sure, it doesn't go as quickly as you expected, you'll have a little bit of a smaller payment. So it gives you the flexibility that you're looking for in your business. So as you think about what product works best for you, I think it's really important that you guys think about, well, what am I using this for, right? As Ryan mentioned, it's not one size fits all. Each one of these products have specific use cases that I think they fit best for. You guys are spending your time running your business, thinking about the products that you want to launch. Amazon Lending is here to help you find the right product to fit those goals.
All right, so next for the smart borrowing tip, we'll just go over a quick example of how you can calculate your return on investment or your ROI. So let's say you're investing $30K in marketing spending or advertising spending on lightning deals for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And this example, let's say that campaign resulted in $75K in incremental sales for your business. So just doing the basic math here, 75K divided by that 30K initial investment, that is a 2.5x return on your investment, right? And you've heard different discussions here today about how you can use the funds for and start like regional FBA and like different ways to expand your business. So we're trying to share here different ways that you can actually use your funding in order to grow your business on Amazon. And this example here is just a simple way for you to kind of check to make sure that your money is working for you.
So let's kind of talk and bring this all together. You've heard a lot today about the application, the kind of the ROI and the product types that are available. So let's think about how we can leverage some of this to build a sustainable, repeatable strategy. So the process kind of starts with the invitations on Seller Central. To make sure that we're getting access to those invitations, really thinking about maintaining good account health, keeping your products in stock, managing your company's, balance sheet, inventory, cash flow, et cetera, can help you make sure that you're ready for when that invitation strikes so you're able to apply. Which then leads to the second point in this kind of repeatable strategy is the application process. Making sure that you choose the correct product based on what you're looking to finance, thinking about what you value from a financing provider. We'll make sure that you set yourself up for success, so we'll go through that application process. So once you go through the application process, you get your loan, thinking about how do we strategically invest that correctly. So Ryan gave a great example about using it for advertising spend. I think a really good thing that you should think about is what is that opportunity cost? I spoke with a seller earlier this week who manufactures watch cleaning material, and he actually bought all of his machinery for his manufacturing with cash on hand, right? This would be a prime example of saying term loan would solve that. He can use the cash that he had used to purchase that, manufacturing machine to buy inventory, materials, and then let the financing allow him to capture the full life of that manufacturing product to grow his business. So once you're able to kind of think about what's the right term or a product, how am I going to think about deploying that capital in the best way possible, it's about optimizing. So really taking ownership of your business is another component of financing. It's not transactional, it's ongoing. I think, as I mentioned before, there's all these tools that Amazon is providing you to really understand how to grow your business, how to optimize, how to make sure that we're managing our margins, growing efficiently, and scaling. Amazon Lending is another component of that. So making sure that we're leveraging all of those tools and things that you learned about today and throughout the week at Accelerate allow you to optimize those strategy and continue to build a repeatable strategy.
All right, so Connor, that was a ton of information that we just covered here. What do you think should be the next move for our sellers?
So I think the key takeaway from the presentation, as we were talking about, is this financing is built around you. We always want to hear back from you guys, making sure that we're providing the products and services that fit best for your needs. And then this goes to that next point, more options and more control. We're continuing to build out new capabilities to ensure that you guys see those products when you need them, whether that's ingress points through the FBA fee or the FBA program, where when you're looking to restock your inventory, you can see what options are available for you, whether that's when you're looking to purchase ads to market your next viral product. We want to make sure we meet you where you are. And lastly, we want to think about prep now to grow smarter later. This goes back to the points that we were talking about before about making sure that we're managing our account health, thinking about what do we want to use this financing for, and then leveraging the tools available to you on Seller Central and across the Amazon ecosystem to really grow your business.
All right, so if you're ready to grow, make sure to check out your invitations that you might have on Seller Central. I showed you via the live demo how to access via desktop and also via your mobile app as well. We also know that there's a ton of activity here that you're doing in preparation for both the holidays and also to make sure that you're fully in stock. So the Amazon Lending team, we're all here to help support you along that way.